Hi, everybody. It's me, Miss Adrian. I am wanting to walk you through the next step in your literary analysis essay pre-writing. And last class, when we did our Zoom, you selected your theme, your literary elements, and you even went ahead and drafted your thesis. So today, assuming that you have done that, we are going to continue this journey, and you are going to create an outline of sorts where you're going to organize your ideas for your literary analysis essay. So the lesson objectives today are, by the end of this lesson, you will have created an organizational plan for your literary analysis essay, and you will have selected strong text evidence to support your thesis. So what you should have so far, folks, if you do not have this, if you have not completed this right here yet, you need to stop what you're doing and go back to the previous lesson and complete this right here, because otherwise you're not going to know what to put on this assignment. So everything I'm about to say now is assuming you have already completed this first exercise. Okay. Now I reviewed what you submitted the other day, and so far it's mostly spot on. There were a couple things that came up that I thought I wanted to go over with you. So just to clarify, I want you to make sure your theme is a statement and it's not just a word. So right here in this box, some people wrote justice, compassion, kindness. Okay, so these are topics, but they are not the theme. The theme is a statement. The theme is, what does the protagonist, the main character, learn about that topic? So what does Scout learn about kindness? What does Scout learn about justice? What does Scout learn about blah, blah, blah? So your theme should be a statement rather than just one word. So keep that in mind. Your theme should also be a specific statement. The more specific, the better. So for example, some people wrote, throughout the novel, Scout learns that it's good to have compassion. Okay. Yes, she did learn that. But how could you make that more specific? So you could say something like, throughout the novel, Scout learns through her experiences that one must fully get to know someone before they make judgments about their character, for example. You want to make that theme as specific as possible. And then the third thing is you want to fully understand the meaning of your literary element. So here, I want you, if you wrote down symbolism or imagery or motif, make sure you are fully prepared and you fully understand those terms. I know we did a whole lesson on symbolism and motif, so you might want to review that, but just make sure you have a good grasp of what it is your literary elements are. So that's important, okay? So what you need to complete this activity. So you're going to need a piece of paper, a writing utensil, and as always, optional multicolored pens and pencils / a ruler. I'm going to go ahead and pause and let you take out those things. Okay, and assuming you're ready, let's continue. So before we begin the activity, I want you to go ahead and get your paper set up. So you're going to draw a long box here in the middle of your paper, and then you're going to draw 4 squares around that box. Easy enough. Go ahead and pause the presentation while you go ahead and get this paper set up. Now, assuming you have the paper set up, we will continue. So what we're going to do today is kind of a non-traditional outline. My students in the past have said that this is very helpful for them in organizing their ideas. So it's a type of graphic organizer called the Foursquare. And the Foursquare is a way to organize your ideas before you begin writing a 5-paragraph essay. Does it have to be 5 paragraphs? In this case, yes, because of the way the boxes are laid out. So you have each of these boxes represents a different paragraph. This is body paragraph number 1, body paragraph number 2, body paragraph number 3, and body paragraph number I'm sorry, not body paragraph number 4. The conclusion paragraph is this last box right here. We're going to circle back to that in a moment. And if this looks familiar, my loves, it's because we totally did this in the 7th grade. And a lot of you still use it on your own. So clearly you liked it. So we're bringing it back. Okay, step 1 is fairly simple. You are going to take your activity from the last lesson and you wrote your thesis here on this paper. You're going to write your thesis here in the middle box. Why are you writing your thesis in the middle? Because your thesis is your main idea. All other ideas must all circle back and revolve around this thesis. So you're going to write your thesis in this middle box right here, like this. So I used my example thesis that I had used in the previous presentation, and I wrote it in the middle box right here. Okay. Step 2 is you're going to write your literary elements. You've already chosen those. So you have them written here in the 3rd box of your previous assignment. And then you're going to write the first literary element here. So I believe in my example, I started with character. So you're going to write first literary element here, second literary element here, and third literary element here. And that looks like this. So character, conflict, motif, could be any 3 literary elements. That's where you're going to write them. Notice I left a couple lines here above where I wrote the literary element. Notice I left a little bit of space here above where I wrote the literary element. Because step 3 is you're going to choose strong connector words. So sometimes teachers call them connector words. Sometimes teachers call them transition words, transition signals. They're all the same thing. They're these words and phrases that help us move between ideas and transition between ideas. So connector words is the same thing as transition words. These are the words that help you transition between ideas. These words will help you transition between your body paragraphs. So stick with words that show order, okay? So I circled them here. You can use any of these or any other similar one you have. And you're going to write it above the literary elements here in these first 3 boxes. And if you're wondering, it looks like this. So I chose just randomly, you can choose any 3 you'd like, but I chose firstly, additionally, and similarly. Okay, now step 4 is a little bit more labor intensive for you. You are going to add your text evidence. So it's up to you to select strong text evidence. And you want to remember that your essay is about how each literary element develops the theme. So you want to choose text evidence that develops the theme. Okay. Note, only 1 piece of text evidence per paragraph is required, but 2 pieces of text evidence, if selected well, will get you a 4 for this learning target. Okay, so maybe you want to do 1 piece of text evidence here, 2 here, 2 here, or 2 here, 1 here, 1 here. It doesn't matter to me, but just make sure you have at least 1 piece of text evidence per body paragraph or per box here. And then the final step of this process is that you're going to rewrite your thesis in different words. Okay, so the last thing is to rewrite your thesis in different words and write it in the final 4th box. This sentence, your thesis, restated in different words, will be the first sentence of your conclusion paragraph. Okay, so you're going to rewrite your thesis in this last box right here. And that's it, folks. I know I went through this very quickly. Obviously, feel free to pause and rewind as necessary. Your homework is just to finish filling this organizer out and submit it on Schoology. And then next class, you will begin writing your rough draft. I'm pretty excited. Message me if you have any questions. Also note that I have office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays after school between 3:30 and 4:30 on Zoom. It's great. You can always just stop in to say hey. Okay. I love you and I miss your faces and I hope you're all doing well. And I look forward to seeing what you submit. Good day.